Hey, what's up guys? It's Austin from Jones Bros Garage, back again today for another great video. Now, you're not going to be seeing this video near the time I'm recording it because the way I'm going to handle this build series is I'm going to post updates on the build as it gains some progress. So there's going to be a whole handful of parts in each video. So today though, I have this Compan cockpit assistant that my wife got me for our anniversary. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this on. And then I have a new rear brake pedal because I didn't really like the dirt bike feel brake pedal. I like a little bit more of a larger brake pedal to feather during my wheelies. So I installed that and I actually snapped one of the bolts. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to this company. Now I didn't even order the pedal through them. I ordered it through Rottweiler, which is who I usually order from. But this company, Clean Speed, this is their logo. That's the brand that the pedal is, and I snapped one of the bolts and I emailed them and asked if I could purchase another bolt, and they sent me 4 new bolts completely free of charge with overnight shipping. They even included another sticker in the package, which I know sounds dumb, but I mean it is nice. It's attention to detail. So, and this was, I hadn't even mentioned that I have a YouTube channel or anything. They just did this for me as a random customer. So I just wanted to shout out Clean Speed. So I guess we'll just go ahead and start installing this cockpit assistant. Oh baby. All right, so at least we did something right. Let's see if we can do the rest of it.
I paved the way, drew it up nice, I made the play. Ball on the fade away. Ay. 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 Ball on on my mama, I'ma need all them commas. Tell them I'll start that drummer. Long-term smoke like an all-day sauna. Fried with the on none. Feeling like my lungs and I'm feeling like y'all too, man. I don't care what y'all do. Better have my check with enthusiasm. Finna make a cool get moody. Yeah, I'm on my whole trip. I'm an expedition. Play it once, better get.
Woo! Time for the hard part. So we got the oil temperature sensor into the little, there's like a block off plate on your motor down here, and you have to get that out. What I did, it's unbelievably hard if you leave your exhaust on. I just struggled with this for like at least half an hour, honestly. So I kind of just fed an Allen key up this way under the exhaust into the hole and broke the initial torque that was on it. Luckily it wasn't too tight. Then I was able to put the Allen key up in this way under here and spin the rest of it out. And then to get this on, I kind of started the thread, and oil is going to start pouring out of here too, which it's really frustrating. But so oil will start pouring out, and then you're going to have to get these threads started. And what I did was, once they were started, I just took the cable down here and spun it until it was tight. And then I used my wrench as much as I could up in the frame here to tighten it. And then I kind of got on it at an angle like this above the frame, and then I used any Allen key or whatever you have to hook into the loop side of your wrench and just get one final torque on it. Now, the block off plate that was in there initially, like I said, it wasn't super tight, so I'm assuming it's okay if this isn't like extremely tight. I mean, it's tight, like it's going to be difficult to remove this now, but it's not to where it's going to come off from vibrations on the bike. But yeah, I just go ahead and clean up.
Unused pillar side, we vilify, but we still a ride. It ain't no Pepto. Made plays with the petro, talking to a doer, not a preacher. Booming in the street like I'm booming in the speaker. Truest in the game.
You get this little blue 3M connector, and you put the rogue wire into the connector on the side where it doesn't have like a side where it comes out. It just goes in all the way. And then you just can pinch it down to hold it. And then you're going to clip the other side onto this. It's kind of hard to see, but the brown and green wire on this 6-pin connector here. I cut back some of this protective coating a little bit so I could get to it better. But that's basically it. Hey, what's up guys? So this video is out of order and it's been filmed over the course of a couple months. So I got that dash that I put on, and then I got the pedal that I put on, and I'll go ahead and show you what that turned out like. I also put on some mirrors. I got the Rottweiler mirror connects. I screwed them into my hand guards, but you could figure out any kind of way you want to put them on. And then the CRG hindsight mirrors. So that's all on the bike, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that. But I just want to go ahead and show you the rest of the parts that I have to put on the bike for this video. Obviously I have a whole stack from SM Project, and I did get 2 of these handlebar mounts. She accidentally ordered 2 of them for the 701. So if any of you are interested, then I'm thinking about maybe giving it away. I might hold a giveaway if enough people care, or maybe I'll just give it away to one of you if you want it. So leave a comment below what you think of that. So we got the CMT carbon chain guard. And it's just a carbon fiber chain guard. So I have the Tecmo fork covers that are carbon fiber. I got the CMT carbon for the upper parts of the forks that aren't covered yet. I got these Evotech stand bobbins, or whatever you want to call them, for using a rear stand. My wife actually got me these also, the Tecmo carbon heel guards. So basically I'll have every single piece of carbon fiber that they make for this bike. The carbon brake duct from Tecmo, it directs air to your front brake, carbon fiber as well. So in addition to all these new parts, you know, like the ones I showed you, my wife got me for Christmas, and then some of the other parts I just showed you. I also sent some of my parts off to my friend Seth, who does powder coating. I had the front and rear brake calipers color matched to the Husky green. Which you could see it's a pretty close match. It's hard to get an exact match with this color. He actually tried a few different sprays, but this one is really close, and they turned out amazing. I did the Brembo logos in white, and I also did the rear brake the same way. Once this focuses, yeah, same exact thing for the rear. And I got the rear sets, I believe they're called. I mean, I know they're called that on a sport bike. I don't know about like any other bike, but I believe they're called rear sets. On my bike, they were silver. I got them powder coated satin black to match the frame and the forks. And then I got my pegs powder coated because I wasn't really ready to drop money on pegs. They're really expensive. So for now, I'm going to go with the black powder coated. And Seth does this for a really great price. I'll go ahead and link him below if you want that done. So you guys might be wondering what is up with the fact that I'm throwing thousands of dollars at this bike and I have not done an exhaust, an intake, like nothing for the power. Basically, just for my own personal reasons, I guess, and also because of the fact that I have a YouTube channel, I wanted to do the power modifications last. Well, I guess a good reason is I wanted to keep the warranty in case anything went wrong with the motor right off the bat. I wanted to see how the bike performs stock and get a good feel for its stock. Not only so that when I do upgrade the motor, I notice more of a difference, but also so that I could go ahead and tell my viewers how the bike is without any modifications. So if you're wondering why I've thrown thousands of dollars at this bike and it still has a stock exhaust, which is horrendous on this bike, I did that on purpose, and yes, I will be getting an exhaust. The next build series video will be the exhaust, the Rottweiler intake, the tune, all of that. But I just wanted to save that for the end of the build and do all the cosmetics and protection and all of that stuff first. So that's the reason for that. Now, I'm not going to show you guys every little detail. I know I left some stuff out with putting the dash on just because it's kind of a complicated process. I'm learning how to do it myself, so it's hard for me to record as I'm like trying to figure it out. So basically, if you guys have any questions about any of this stuff here, you could just leave a comment or message me on Instagram and I'll help you, and I could even send you a video of how to do it if you need me to. But I'm just not showing everything in depth. Plus, this video would be really long. So like for an example, I have my brakes completely disassembled for the powder coating. I have like my kickstand and everything disassembled. The bike is basically in shambles, you know, like it has to be on a stand because I don't have a kickstand. It has no brakes whatsoever. So I'm not going to be rebuilding these brakes on camera because, you know, they're just standard Brembo brakes. It's like the same for every brake. So I'll be skipping stuff like that. So if you guys have any questions about how to do anything specific that I am doing, feel free to ask and I will help you guys out. So with that said, let's go ahead and get some of these parts on.
Grown blame you a late bloomer. Fly as a young ought to be my feature price like a law degree. I make real anthems, turn foes into phantoms, turn words to a good life. Really is what it look like. Got a shook like, hit them with the hook like. What ain't no way I made a way. Carved my lane, I paved the way. Drew it up nice, I made the play. What a good day to get paid today. What ain't no way I made the way. Carved my lane, I paved the way. Drew it up nice, I made the play. Ball on the fade away. Ay, ay. Ball on the fade away. Ay. Ball on the fade away. Ay. Ball on the fade away. Ay, ay. Ball on the
Yeah, trying to get a new S4, keep it low key, swift, I gotta move, let's know. Hop up in the smooth press, go every stoplight, making sure my tune turned on. Could never go broke, trying to chase no drones. By every move I make, they trace my phone. If it ain't face to face, ain't that going.
So right now, I don't really know what I want to install. I think I'm going to start with, let me turn the camera around. The little air duct that goes on the front brake. Then I'll probably do the handlebar mount just because these are things that are pretty easy. This, I have no idea how to install, honestly. Might be a little hard to figure out. I don't even know like where to find directions for this. So I'm just gonna have to wing it like always. This is super easy. Then I have the rear axle block sliders that I'd like to get. And while I'm doing those, I might as well get the chain guard carbon CMT. And also I have those spools I might as well put on, and the heel guards. Now's probably a good time to mention I picked up this 2022 Mustang Mach 1 recently. Got rid of my 2016 GT for it. So if you guys are interested in seeing any videos on that, then go ahead and leave a comment. It's a great car, but that's just a little side point. Let's go ahead and get to work on the bike.
Match the pace of work won't take you. Give up, no life alert can't save you. Better ask Jesus if that's your savior. When I was broke like legs on dining room tables. Once a while I eat but still unstable. Live with no friends or bros or next door neighbors that I could call up on and ask no favors. So when I get on, it's a mountain of stunting I gotta do. Every point like credit I gotta prove. Been appointed as head of the state. Found out I'm a jewel. I was pushing as long as it takes till I got a groove. Can't abandon how the home plate raised you. Keep it cool, cadet, it ain't that major. Feel like Michael Scott, I love this paper. So much I can't delay. I got things to say, cause once you made a way, they can't that phase you. You gotta make a way, they can't that phase you. I swear.
What ain't no way I made a way. Carved my lane, I paved the way. Drew it up nice, I made the play. What a good day to get paid today. What ain't no way I made a way. Carved my lane, I paved the way. Drew it up nice, I made the play. Ball on the fade away. Hey, hey. Ball on the fade away. Hey. Ball on the fade away. Hey. Ball on the fade away. Hey.
So I got the brake scoop on. I had a little bit of a clearance issue right here, which is where I cut for. Try to show you that. Yeah, you can see that cut I made. That wasn't really Tecmo's fault. I think it's just you put that little piece on to hold the scoop and it replaces this out of your axle, but it spins as you tighten it. So I probably should put this on before I tightened the axle bolt, but I didn't. So this screw down here was really hard to get to, and I had that fitment issue, but it looks really cool. It's supposed to help with brake fade, so I do ride this bike on the track, so we'll find out if this helps, but it definitely looks badass, I know that. So now we'll go ahead and move on to some of the other parts.
My turn. Give a f about you feeling me. I'm in here healing my enemy. My phone been on D&D, up it's not in reaching me. My life been teaching me, and you know I come from where them trenches be. I get income and then some. I split some with day ones, that split some. Got blue, blow smoke screen, got green thumb. I come get with me. I'm laid up with a pretty thing, checking the tip on me. She get the bills with me. I keep this trip through the length of me. She just told me that she want the length of me, but that's just a friend of me. It's don't even know me, but act like we enemies. Tell me, how the f is we enemies? You should loosen that grip on your jealousy. But I'm not one to talk, cause my foot where they neck would be. Can't nobody question me. Everything I'm doing costs a premium. Getting bound bare minimum, but I've been doing me.
Hey, what's up guys? I took a little break because I couldn't figure out how to do my chain tension on this bike, because on this bike, I assume most KTM products, actually, it's a little bit different than what you would usually do. So they want you, and I finally figured this out, it took me a minute to understand it. They want you to go 30 millimeters back from where from where this chain guard is down here. 30 millimeters back, your chain should be 5 millimeters from the swing arm. So we're going to go ahead and get the chain to that position and check it in a few different positions, because your chain wear could be uneven, obviously. And what's nice about this too is it says in the manual that you could do it on the side stand, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, and I took off that swing arm cover, which I was going to have to anyway, to install the Evotech stand bobbins that go back here, because I'm going to have to cut a hole in that swing arm cover that I had to be able to thread these in. And you could see this RTV 4500 I used comes off nice and easy, and the double-sided tape comes off nice and easy, but it was really hard to remove the cover. It was really stuck on there, which is good. That means that this worked exactly how I wanted it to, so that's what I'm going to do again to re-secure it afterwards. So now basically I just gotta get this chain where I want it and tighten down the rear axle bolt, and then we'll go ahead and screw these sliders into the new mounts that we have back here, and that'll be it. Then we'll be moving on to other things.
Fade away, made a way for me, keep the fake from me.
What ain't no way, I made a way. Carved my lane, I paved the way. Drew it up nice, I made the play. What a good day to get paid today. What ain't no way, I made the way. Carved my lane, I paved the way. Drew it up nice, I made the play. Ball on the fade.
I'm in America, so we don't use millimeters a lot, and for me, I use this little digital roller, and I was able to mark a spot on the swing arm 30 millimeters back from the little chain guide. And then I took a piece of paper that I know is flat, well, a piece of cardboard, and I marked a little 5 millimeter mark on it, so then I could just hold that up to it and get a perfect measurement on my chain. So right now the chain is within perfect spec, which is good. So we're just going to go ahead and tighten up all these bolts and we'll be good to go. Okay guys, so I got my swing arms here, and I made my little markings. We're going to have to cut this whole knob off. Then we're going to have to cut a little bit out of this rear one back here. Just some slight modifications. Now, I've modified pretty much all of these Tecmo pieces. Most of them fit, but if you watch my last video, some of them do need a little bit of modification. Yeah, the fine-tooth saw works really well, but unfortunately I forgot mine at work, so we're going to be using my trusty Ryobi, which also works pretty well, just not as clean. It'll need a little more sanding. Technically, I could probably just drill holes into this, but it'll be hard to get it perfectly centered, and honestly, I don't really care that much. I think it'll turn out good this way. So let's go ahead and get on with it. Okay guys, so that's that. I couldn't even find the cut. So, nice clean cut. Can't even tell, still looks like it came factory like this. And then the other one, we just took a little more noticeable. We took a little chunk out right here, but you still can't tell that's not factory. That worked really well, no scratches or anything in the carbon. Looks really good. So we're going to go ahead and get these mounted on the bike and then go ahead and put those bobbins or track spools, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, I just rather be alone in my zone writing poems. When I get in, I take a shower, read a book and feel empowered. Smoking on that sour got me counting down the hours, thinking of all the shit that they could do but won't allow us. Then I realize they all some cowards. The world is ours. Me and my brother twin like the towers, and we want it now, never later. No more favors done with all these traitors who be haters on the low. They just hate to see you grow, so I'd rather be alone in my zone writing poems, cause I'm never on the road. And I'd rather stay at home, and life been moving fast lately, trying to get a grasp, and every day I'm mad.
Okay guys, so time to get done with the last few items. We have the gas cap, then we have the oil filter covers, which I'm going to tilt the bike downward for each of the oil filters so we don't leak any oil. I don't think they'll really leak much oil anyway, but just to be safe. And then we have the ignition cover, and then that's it.
Do this for my old lady, yeah.
They told us stay quiet, better close your lips. We never thought we'd get our chance to speak. So we just stay grinding, trying to hold our chips, and thank God for our chance to breathe. They told us stay quiet, better close your lips. We never thought we'd get our chance to speak. So we just stay grinding, trying to hold our chips, and thank God for our chance to breathe. So let us breathe in.
TX, you change, but a bunch of people feelings. Reaching for the top, and now I ain't got no ceilings. Pour me up a cup or two so it can stop the bleeding. Roll me up a spliff or two, and now I'm hella weeded, cause I'm feeling like I want it, but I don't know if I need it. Took a few L's, but that undefeated. Same shit, different day, why this so repeated? If we don't talk no more, it's probably cause I felt mistreated. Bad enough I don't hear excuses, trust me you could keep it. Saw it coming from a mile away once I peeped it. Caught up in that drama, mama, I don't get between it. They be trying to turn it on you, damn they really tweaking.
We broke, but we wealthy in ability, and hopes fits. No, we only need the brokerage. We only overage, overseeing all the dope. Killing these cats with they facilities. Flush down the drain, leaning through all 8 lives till that become they centerpiece. Unfold and be a masterpiece at half of all our faculties. We actually dope, you just don't know the half of we.
We actually dope, you just don't know the half of we.
Hey guys, so today will be my final day recording this video. I actually planned to be done after my last day recording, but a couple things have happened since then that I'm going to explain. Number one, the back brake seized, locked the pads onto the rotor, and I was going about 50 miles per hour, so I didn't even notice. It was like a gentle grip, and then I got to a parking lot because I smelled burning, and I tried pressing the brake back down again, the rear brake, and it wouldn't compress. It was clamped shut. It smoked my pads. So what I did was I ordered some Galfer sintered pads. And by the way, the rotor seemed like it's still good. It still looks good in its proper thickness. It's close to being done, but it already was before this anyway because I've been riding this bike on the track, so the rotors are going fast. That's besides the point. Point is, I ordered Galfer sintered pads. I ordered the rear, and I figured, well, might as well order the front too, since I already have the rears. And I did figure out what the problem was. So in the little hole that the slide pin needs to slide through to allow the brake to move back and forth on the rotor, it has paint in it. So it's a little bit thicker than it was before, and it seized that pin. Easy solution, just going to sand all of the paint out of these holes, re-lube the pin, put the new pads in, the brake should be good. Another thing happened that was very exciting. I ordered these brake parts from Rottweiler, and as you know, I've had parts from my last video that have been on back order for 6 months. Well, they finally came with this order. The Tecmo sprocket cover, carbon, obviously, and the exhaust heat shield carbon. I've been waiting for these a long time to round off the look of my bike. So what I'm going to do today is install these parts, get a video of me putting them on like usual, and then I'm going to worry about all the brake stuff off camera because it's tedious and I already built these brakes for this video, so I'll try to get that sorted out off camera. If you guys have any questions about the brakes on this bike or how I'm fixing them or anything, feel free to ask in the comments and I'll answer. I'm just not going to show it. But down the road, when I do get the brakes fixed, I'll do a montage of this bike, and that is what you'll be seeing after this.
They told us stay quiet, better close your lips. We never thought we'd get our chance to speak. So we just stay grinding, trying to hold our chips, and thank God for our chance to breathe. They told us stay quiet, better close your lips. We never thought we'd get our chance to speak. So we just stay grinding, trying to hold our chips, and thank God for our chance to breathe. So let us breathe in.
All right, guys, so I got everything together, everything fixed. I don't know what was up with my front brake. I think it just had too much air in the line. I took it apart, rebuilt it, made sure the seals and pistons were all seated correctly. And then I re-bled it, and now with these new Galfer pads, the brakes feel extremely strong. And the rear brake is working now. It's not binding up. I got those slide pins sanded down where they were painted. So everything's good. The bike's all together. I know it's kind of weird seeing all this money put into this bike and it still has the stock exhaust on it. I think from the perspective of me doing YouTube, it's good for me to leave bikes stock for as long as I can, just to be able to tell you guys how the bike is in its stock form. Don't worry, the next build video in this series, I will be doing power mods, exhaust, intake, all of that, tune. I think we're going to go with the PC6, the Power Commander 6 that just came out, I think is what I'm going to go with. But yeah, I just wanted to start off with some of these cosmetics and getting the bike protected because I do ride it on the track. And people will say, oh, this is all shiny carbon, you don't want to take this on the track and everything. But like, even dropping the bike and destroying most of these carbon pieces is still cheaper than replacing the motor casings, the swing arm, the forks. So yeah, you know, it would suck to drop this bike and ruin all this nice carbon, but at the same time, it still will protect the bike, and it's really not that much more expensive than the steel parts would be. So I'll just go ahead and do a montage of this bike so you guys can see all the parts out in the wild, and I hope you like them.
Look, I'm a rock star in real life. We was doing Grand Theft Autos, hitting licks, home invasions. It was a good night. Take the goods to the plug, then he bring us back about 2K. Feeling like a baller, see the Jordan on my shoelace. Nuketown, stepping off buses, hopping on fences. Call of Duty, me and my we in the trenches. Camping at the crib, playing true crime LA. Santa Dreads, nice, bumping Ice Cubes, good days. Such a 90s baby though. If we grindin', then we grindin', man, I feel like Tony Hawk. And my homies got the iron, man, they feel like Tony Stark. And you better watch your head, cause it get wicked up the top. Feeling like Kobe back in his prime. If we talking about the numbers, then I probably go LeBron. I'm a lion out the jungle, at the top, I'm like the Dons. This my life, it ain't a movie, I won't be at Comic-Con. Look, big poppin', grindin' like ain't no option. Throwing assist to all my homies, got feel like John Stockton. Every week I stay dropping, got y'all stay consistent in. Hurt the blind, lead the blind, but I got the vision in. Know the street deficient in. Needed my assistance, real since my existing years. Came a long distance.
Some of these days I get too stuck in the ways. Blame it how I was raised. Hush, get it displayed.
Look, I ain't turning down to nothing. Shimmy the crown or something. Unit full of G's. Back when Lord Banks told me how to stun it. Pops was slinging, yeah, yo, he was getting to the bucks, but I ain't had 50 cents. Now my statement's in the plus. The brakes I hit the thrust. Garden snakes I leave them cut. Ask about me in my city. Cause know what's up, but
some of these days I get too stuck in the ways. Blame it how I was raised. Hush, get it displayed.
Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe while you're down there, while your cursor's down there. It's the #1 way you could support me. I put a lot of time into this bike, and now that it's getting warm out again here where I live, I'm looking to start posting again every week. Speaking of that, I did get this Mach 1 Mustang, so if you guys are interested in seeing videos on that, let me know. I'm just not sure because I've posted car videos before and they didn't really get many views, so I don't know if you guys would want to see that or if you just want me to stick to bikes, let me know. But either way, if you have any questions about any of these parts or how I installed them, just leave a comment. I'll answer all my comments. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.